Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John Media TrueNut, and welcome back to Skyrim, the Special Edition, which we're not doing a full series on, don't get excited, but we are taking a good hard look at over the current days. Last time we just got ourselves started off, and today I'd like to look a little bit more in depth at some of the mechanics of Skyrim, which we're going to do by heading up to Bleak Falls Barrow and having just a little look at how characters work and their skills and the leveling and how it all fits together. Because Skyrim is... I love Skyrim, but there are some things in it that I think just don't work, and I'd like to just examine that a little bit more closely today. So we can just get another wolf pelt off you, very nice, and get my arrow back as well. I just love how there was a good chance you could get your arrow back out of the body. I know that's a really small thing. It just appealed to me somehow marvellous. I just love the fact the first quest they give you is like, hey, climb this big old mountain next to town. As you go up, the weather unrealistically kind of declines into snowstorm ridiculously fast. Like, even if it was a lovely sunny day down there and you're really not climbing that high, like as you go up this mountain, just suddenly like be snowing. Like the snow right here, like down there, there's no snow, and it's not snowing like any more up here than down there. We're like, what is that, like 150 meters up, but down there there's literally no snow, but here there's snow literally everywhere. The climate doesn't really make any sense whatsoever, but whatever. Now, there's a couple of guys over there, some basic bandits that potentially need to be taken out. I probably could just sneak around them, to be honest. You can also just manipulate these guys for infinite sneak, by the way, because all you need to do is just hang out back over here, draw their attention with an arrow, and then if they lose interest in you, that's a bonus to your sneak skill. So basically, you can get your sneak up from, like, 16 to, 30, and is that going to be a... That's not going to be a hit. So at that point, yeah, my sneak's just increased to 18, because I just did an attack, but they don't know where I am. So now, they're probably going to head towards where the arrow hits, and in a moment, they'll get bored and wander off, and then I can basically just do that over and over again, and my sneak will just rise incredibly quickly. Like, all of that gathering of materials I did for alchemy, for one increased level in alchemy, and then over here, I just fire an arrow, miss, and that gets my sneak skill up. The rate at which skills rose, and my sneak has just increased again, 2 times. So now we just go over to you, and, ooh, apparently that was a good shot. So you are going to go down, my good man, pinned to the wall. Lovely. And his friend's probably going to go over there and have a little look-see and figure out what he can figure out. Yep, he's going to go over there. But he probably won't find me, and I'll probably get another point of sneak out of that, because sneak was just the stupidly easiest skill to raise up. Yep, sneak has just gone up to 20. I'm literally just standing in a corner taking pot shots, and I've got my sneak up from... What is that? From 17 to 20 off the back of standing perfectly still and killing one guy. Hello, I think he's come over here, mate. Oh, yes, he's decided to come over here. Well, that's fine. We can engage ourselves in a bit of an archery fight, which I'm thinking I'm going to win, because I've mastered the technique of walking from side to side, and he apparently hasn't. Though, sadly, I think his body's about to slip down the mountain, which is a shame. And at this point, no point taking his armor, because it's not that valuable, and the stuff I've now got on me is vastly better than what they've got on them, because, yeah, just slightly upgraded leather gear is pretty much the best stuff you're going to get in the game for, probably, in all fairness, until you get to the next level. This is another thing I didn't like about Skyrim, by the way. Crafting and making your own weapons and armor was too good, because it kind of rendered everything else pointless. Like, basically, at the beginning of the game, you just basically wanted to be getting yourself, like, upgraded leather gear. And then you wanted to be getting the smithing skill up as quickly as possible. Because then you wanted to go, well, depending on whether you wanted to go kind of, heavy or light. Basically, you want to get to town, and you want to get up to elven smithing as fast as possible. Like, I literally know the location of the mine where you can get the base material for elven smithing, and I know how to get there, because I always would flipping go there. And pretty much when I'm playing Skyrim, I will go straight from leather gear up to elven. I'll probably skip scaled. I'll just kind of rush from kind of 30 up to 70 from just mass producing daggers and various bits of leather gear. Then we'll go straight up to glass, and then we'll just go up to dragon armor as soon as I've got enough dragon bones and whatever to actually make the gear. And I don't think I'll ever really wear anything else. Like, maybe I'll wear like a unique headdress or whatever, and maybe if I find a particularly good enchanted gear, I'll go for some of that. But like, broadly, most of my gear will always be just those 3 sets of armor every single game, because like they're going to be so much better than anything else I'm ever going to find. I think there's one more guy in here, isn't there? Hello? One more guy in here? Yeah, I'm going to shoot you in the face now. Huh? He says, and there you go. Oh dear. And just maybe get out of here. My archery is increasing at this point. Lovely. So let's just hop down here for a moment, because they're going to struggle to move around as fast as I am. And there you go. Nice and dead. Lovely. The armor is protecting me very, very nicely right now, so I can kill him in... Oh, hang on. You actually had arrows on you. I'll take those very, very nicely. Lovely. Anyway, round the corner and Skyrim's slightly insane climate accelerates a little bit, because now I'm suddenly just going to run into basically a big sort of, you know, winter gale sort of thing, which is nice. Oh, it's just lovely. Bleak Falls Barrow has been discovered. Go over here. Have a little look-see over the edge. Obviously, you want to go to Bleak Falls Barrow. That's over there. Obviously, that down there. It's the great big open valley that Whiterun lives in, I think. Yeah, I'm looking north. It is. I'm not lying to you. It's all fine. And conveniently enough, there's one person right up there right now. See if we can hit them. Nope. I think I might have just missed. The arrow drop-off might have been a bit severe. And did we hit you? Not sure if we did not. That's fine. This will just be 3 extra points of bloody sneak. Yep, back to hidden. Sneak has increased to 21. Bloody sneak. Like, if you really wanted to grind sneak, just go into an area like this and just very slowly just kind of firing in the odd iron arrow, then backing in and hiding. You get your sneak up really bloody fast doing that. And there's the same person again. They kind of half saw me, but nope. Arrow and knocked straight off. Beautiful. So that's one of them dead. The others I'll probably go and take care of in the normal fashion. It's going to be hard to get, like, a view on them because you need to go up the stairs. I'll see if I can do it, by the way. Yeah, I've got Conjure Familiar and my decent iron kind of mace at the moment. I'll see if I can just sneak up here and get one of these guys without the rest of them realising. But it's probably going to be a little bit tricky because they don't show up on the... Oh, and you've seen me. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Hello, jump over the top. Just go over to my Conjure Familiar for a second because you may as well go over to that. Not Flames, though. Iron Mace as well. Right now, Conjure my Familiar. Now I've got a Familiar who can kind of tank for me for a minute. That's fine. Lovely. There we are. And jump over the top. My Wolf will do a good job against that bandit. Just kind of distract the bandit if nothing else. There you go. You're dead. Get your sword, but can't have the rest of it. Now, there'll be someone else around here. In a minute. Have we got someone else? Yeah, we've got someone else. Ooh, we've got someone who's got... Ah, you see, this is what the Familiar's nice for. They're particularly good at distracting archers. So, no, go over to you. And just in a moment, there you are. Maced to death. Beautiful. I think that'll be your lot. And that there is a level up, presumably from... I guess that'll be my light weapon skills going up. Sorry, one-handed. One-handed weapon skills. Always got the naming protocols mixed up in Skyrim. Ah, poor old lockpicking tree. The tree that no one will ever take. Yeah, here you are. Novice locks are much easier to pick. Oh, what a good flipping idea. And look how many perks you have to sink into flipping lockpicking. Because if you want to make master locks easier to pick, you have no choice but to take the novice lock perk and the apprentice lock perk first. Even though, like, any person can do novice and apprentice. So you're wasting 2 perks immediately just to do that before you're even getting into adept, expert and master, the stuff you might actually want to take. And having taken 1 perk in archery, well, the logical thing to do then is take 1 perk in one-handed as well. This is like pretty much like vast majority of people playing this game will do that. That's the unfortunate thing about the early game in Skyrim. You'll find yourself doing the same things over and over and over again because all characters are fundamentally very similar. Anyway, in we go to Bleak Falls Temple and back over to the bow because there's some guys over there. And I could go over and challenge them, or I could just do this and kill them in one go. Oh, no, I hit a thing by mistake. Oh dear. Run, no, don't do that. One of you over there. Come on, I'll hit one of them sooner or later. Yo, my sneak just went up, even though I completely failed to... They're going the wrong way. They're following the sound of my arrow down over there. Oh, that's just beautiful. Oh, I got one of them, and it was a sneak attack, because that's how sneak attacks work in this game. Hello there. And you are going to go down straight away as well, because you're just a basic guy. Lovely. In fact, that was a sneak attack as well. She hasn't actually quite seen me yet. You see, you could run over and have a fight with them, or you could just do this. This mechanism that basically kills them in one hit without ever putting you in any danger whatsoever. And as another added benefit, also gets you a huge amount of sneak skill. So you level up so much faster as a stealth archer, because your sneak skill is just going up like crazy. Right, commence Operation Grave Robbing, because that's what you do in this game, and no one ever seems to think poorly of you for it. So just go through here. Burial Urner. Nothing in that one. Nothing in that one either. Bloody stingy bastards. Momentarily... round the corner to this sneaky get around here. We see a guy coming over to a lever. Now, it's really tempting to just shoot him with an arrow. Don't, because he's weirdly suspiciously tough, but if he pulls that lever, he'll immediately automatically die, which is weird, because he kind of works backwards, which is, if I shoot him now and take him on, then he'll actually be really tough. But, yeah, he dies instantly to those poison darts. Meanwhile, if I pull that lever, it'll only do a tiny bit of damage to me, even though he's actually apparently got way more health than me otherwise. So yes, he just works a little bit backwards. One torch can certainly be very, very useful for lighting up dark spaces. I think we can see what we're supposed to be doing here. Snake, the snake fell off, and whale. So snake, snake, and whale. And now we can pull the lever and not die immediately. Beautiful. You always know which book you actually want to read because it's got a way higher value. So weight 160 value, thief is just a free point of pickpocket. Nice. Anyway, we're about to be going up against some lovely rats here. So I'm going to summon my familiar who can go ahead of me and kind of tank the rats a little bit. No, go ahead. I want you to go ahead. Go ahead of me and get... Yes, there you are. Down the... You are the worst familiar. Right, you know what? I'll take care of it myself and probably get sick doing it. There you go. I'm not sick yet. Probably will be momentarily. I think there's a third one. There you go. And... I think I've avoided getting sick that time. Beautiful. Also, very quickly just pull the tail off this rat and eat it raw, because that's what you do. Would you believe it was a bit bad for my health? And I wonder what could be waiting for us in this dungeon full of webbing. Whatever could it be? I just don't know. Oh, yeah, you can't actually... Wait, can I burn this down? Hang on, I can't remember whether you can actually burn webbing. I assume you can. Yes, you can indeed burn webbing down. Lovely. Now, get my hunting bow out, because in a moment we will be going up against one spider! That's nice. And then he's going to come over here, but he can't fit through the door. So if I just hang out here at the door, there's nothing he can do. Because all he'll do when you back through this door is run away back over there. So you just go backwards and forwards through the door. He'll never spit through the door initially. He will actually occasionally do a spit attack like across the room, but he'll never do it over here. You just keep him close enough, then he won't go too far. But yeah, he'll just kind of keep trying to come over, but he can't fit through the door. Who hasn't used this? Here we are. We've got him in the right position this time. So now we're close enough to him, he won't run away. We can just kill him. There you go. Nice and easy. Now that might be incredibly cheap, but be honest, if you've played Skyrim, you've done the exact same bloody thing with that bastard, because it's by far the easiest way to take care of him. Also, we've got Arvil the Swift here. Hello, Arvil the Swift.
You did it. You killed it. Now cut me down before anything else shows up.
Hang on, where's the claw, please?
Yes, the claw. I know how it works. The claw, the markings, the door in the Hall of Stories. I know how they all fit together. Help me down and I'll show you. You won't believe the power the Nords have hidden there.
Oh, I'm absolutely sure you won't betray me. I'm not really a cutting down sort of person. How about I just burn you out here? Bit of fire? Yeah? How's that? And would you believe he immediately runs away, so let's just burn him to death. There you are, Arvil the Swift. You are indeed swift, but you can't outrun fire. And now we've got ourselves the Golden Claw. Nice. And the quest updates to finding the secret of Bleak Falls Barrow. I'm not actually sure what happens if you take the claw home to that guy right now. Because obviously, you know, you'll need to come back here later to discover the secret, so you need the claw for that. Maybe you need to, like, buy it off him later? If you have done that, let me know in the comments, because I'm genuinely curious what would happen, in theory, if you just took the claw back to that guy now. Does he just, like, refuse to take it until you've investigated thoroughly or something? I'm genuinely not sure. Anyway, now we're into the second bit. Because now that we've got past the bit with, you know, just a few animals and whatever, we're now into the bit with the terrifying skeletons. So that's fine. Stealth Watchers are very, very good at taking out skeletons, because it's really obvious which are and aren't skeletons. Like, that at the top is the skeleton, and that at the bottom very obviously isn't. And he hasn't woken up yet, so let's just quickly just put an arrow in him. There we go. Now he's dead, and we can just take him out quickly now. Lovely. And he's down and we're back to hidden. This is just by far the easiest way to go through these areas. Just take these guys out. You're not about to wake up, are you? No, just in case, I just wanted to be sure. Oh, I've woken up somebody, mind. That's a shame. Well, you over there haven't been woken up yet. You're definitely a skeleton. Lovely. One more arrow for you. And, oh, missed that time. Oh, dear. Right, missed with a couple of them. That's fine there. There you go. Oi! You see, my light armor's finally gone up. He should not have been just kind of pointing at me aggressively. He should have kind of got on with hitting me with things. And hello there. And you're dead too. Obviously, don't step on the obvious trap tile. Don't do that. Actually, can you make that go? I swear in the past I have at one point made him come this way and step on this thing. I'm just going to see if I can do it now. I'm just going to wake this guy up and then see if I can lure him actually onto the plate. No, hello, come on. No, wake up. Wake up, you git, because you're tougher than the rest of them. There you are. Yeah, you're a restless one. And my archer is leveled up. Just, yeah, come over here. Over here. Yep, step onto the thing. Step on the thing. Step on the thing. And, oh, missed you and everything. Right, hang on. Now I'm being hit with frost spells. Luckily, I'm a Breton, which means I do get a bit of a resistance to that, which is nice. Silver ingot, war axe, just a basic iron arrow, nothing major there. Let's just go over to healing for the moment, because yes, healing is, people overlook healing. I see people like using potions all the time, even if they're not a magic user, and they've got magical abilities. Just use healing. Look, free way to get your health back. Very, very quick and easy. Lovely. It also just slowly gets your healing ability up, and getting your healing up is useful because that's just basically a free way to level up too. So we've had 2 ranks of health, let's have 1 of stamina at this point, and yeah, you can see another problem that Skyrim has here, which is because your skills are going up relatively slowly, because like every time you level up, maybe you've had like, you know, a few separate skills all go up by 1. That means because I've got archery at 20 at the moment, it's actually going to be quite a while, even if I'm like primarily an archer, before I'm allowed to take, you know, critical shot 1 or a steady hand or eagle eye. Like, that's going to be quite a way away. So all I can take right now are the boring perks. Like, I could take a 2nd rank of overdraw, but after that, there's nothing more I can do in archery till I'm up to archery 30. And the exact same thing is true in one-handed. I could take, actually I can't even take anything more in one-handed right now, and get damage up 20%, and that is literally it. Until I've got that up to 20 and then 30 beyond it, there's nothing more I can do in terms of perks into one-handed. So you end up with a very kind of low-level generalist character. 1 rank of sneak, and 1 rank of archery, and 1 rank of one-handed, and it just makes uninteresting characters, because even if you are doing nothing but bows, your bows aren't going up fast enough for you to get up to the highest stuff particularly quickly. With Folly, you could take at least 1 rank of a really advanced perk immediately in Fallout 4, and in Fallout 3 in New Vegas, if you set yourself up correctly, you could boost the particular skill you wanted to get to 100. You get that up to 100 by what, like level 5 or 6. Skyrim just didn't really have that flexibility to specialise, which was a bit of a shame sometimes. And speaking of sneak, let's indeed take a perk there, because that's one of the few things I can actually take that's useful at this moment in time. Come on, come on, come and take a swing at me. Actually, you know what? If I just... Oh, you've got a bow as well. That's perfect. I want you to have a bow. You've gone down, archery's up to 21, and... Just wait for a minute. No, back to hidden. Lovely. Right, just take that off, and that means I should now have myself a new bow, because this bow's better. Actually, I think this bow might be exactly the same. Hunting bow fine is 11, whereas yes, indeed, the ancient Nord bow is also 11, but that's unimproved. So when I get that back into town, I'll be able to improve that a little bit yet. But you know what? Let's go over to it, because I like using new, fun, shiny toys. Oh, apparently there was more here yet. Right, hang on. I'm determined that at least one person is going to fall into this trap. Now, if I make him stand, like, about here, like, if I just stand here, hello, yeah, go into the thing, and now... Oh, yeah! That worked! That almost killed me too, but that worked. Oh, perfect. If I have one criticism of the way these guys were handled in Skyrim, it's that they did make it really, really flipping obvious who was actually about to be an enemy in a moment. Apparently, that was also a sneak attack. You go down as well. Obviously, if we drop these things onto the oil patch, that will be basically... I don't know if being in an oil fire was a guaranteed kill, but it certainly seemed to always do a very, very large amount of damage. One more. And then over here. Ah, there's definitely one more over this way. Hello! Do you want to come this way? Yeah, you want to come this way, don't you? Yeah. Okay, fine. That got rid of that. Ooh, that did the job. Luckily, I think I just kind of basically made that bounce off his head. But apparently it worked. Now, in a moment, there's going to be a spooky, spooky trap because that door's going to open. And it's supposed to be a surprise, but I know this game too well, so it's not. As soon as I walk through this here door, I was pointing at the wrong one. That's fine. I still got you now, and my archery's going up very quickly. Hello there. And you're going to run at me. Sneak just keeps going up and up and up because it's just ridiculous. Just from going around doing basic shooting, yeah, right now my sneak's already up to 26. Whereas archery, when all I've been doing is sneaking using archery, archery's fallen behind to 22, and light armor and one-handed are both stuck at 17, because basically if you're doing a good job with sneak and archery, that means you don't use your one-handed and your light armor, so you kind of fall behind. So the game kind of, yeah, almost punishes you for doing well, which always struck me as very odd. Hello, this guy over here. Can you actually shoot him through these things? I'm generally not sure. Let's just go over here and get a good... Ooh, nice shadows now. I swear that's better than it used to be. Get a shot in against you as soon as we get a good line in there. And that'll do. There we go. Sneak attack. And another sneak attack in a moment. Yep, that'll do. Now, go over to my secondary weapons for a moment. Let's go over to Conjure Familiar. And a... Where's my... Ah, Steel Mace. Lovely. So now, Conjure Familiar, just for a second. Just... No, Conjure Familiar. There you go. Familiar, can you just tank for me for a second, please? Oh, I think he already is. I think it just ran straight over there and started... Oh, he's doing a good job as well. By which I mean he's already dead. Go over to my shield for a bit of defense, because let's pretend we're going to use shields on this occasion. So block. Yeah, go on, take a swing. There you are. Still did a bit of damage, mind. There you go. And hit him with a power attack. Block. And there we go. Oh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Nice. So he goes down. My one-handed and my block goes up. Very nice. And I'm close to level 4 as well. I will say one thing I do really like about Skyrim is it did encourage you to diversify. Which is as you get higher and higher level in something, it becomes harder and harder to keep up with kind of leveling up that way. Whereas if you just kind of switch over to something else, like, you know, one-handed or blocking, at that point you can level that up relatively quickly so it can catch up quickly. And, like, it doesn't really matter what you level up. As long as you level up some skill, you move towards the next level. So you get yourself up to the next level really, really fast by trying out something different. Ah, we've got another room like this. That's fine. Right, go back over to the hunting bow and then just creep through here, this way. And axe through. Axe through. Oh, I'm in the wrong place. I'm still in the wrong place. Right. Now, be a little bit careful over here. Right, you're waking up immediately. Just going to shoot you and then shoot you. Lovely. And now, if anyone comes down here, I can just have that there pot immediately fall down onto him. Yep. You come up. Apparently I missed. No. Come back down over here. Or just die immediately. Whichever. I don't care. They still haven't spotted me, by the way. This is how ridiculously powerful stealth was. This room is relatively well lit. I'm standing right here. I'm not in shadow or anything. They still haven't found me. And my sneak's like, you know, not high. My sneak is like, you know, approaching mid-20s. And they're just wandering around with no bloody clue how to find me. There we are. And you're dead too. In fact, I've just cleared out the room. Just standing here. In this well-lit spot, I've just cleared out this room. Just, yeah. Sneak was just a bit too powerful. Couple of useful potions floating around here. Weak aversion to fire. Target is 40% weaker to fire. So if you're a magic user, put that on an arrow, stick it in the final boss, and then follow it up with a flame attack, and that could work very, very nicely indeed. And that, I believe, is it. Now we're into the final little area over here, and we've got ourselves a door, which the claw would fit into. But if we try and activate the keyhole, it doesn't work. We've got to solve a tiny little puzzle here. Just we've got to look at the claw for a second. Bear, moth, owl. So obviously we just need to solve that little puzzle. And just keep them moving around. That's bear. That is going to be moth. And that's going to be owl. It's just kind of 2 touches for both of them. Shove that in and that should crack open the door. And then it spins around so all of them are owl. I've never been sure why they're all owl. Like, is this the temple of the owl or something? That just no one mentions that? Does bleak mean owl in an ancient Nordic tongue or something? And here we are into the lovely fun room. Now this, I like this. Coming into this massive room here. This is just beautiful design. And then the bats, or whatever those are exactly, just coming in here. And coming up towards the treasure at the end. But then suddenly hearing in the background that cry in the background, drawing you towards the wall. It's just absolutely lovely. You can ignore it, of course. Just completely ignore it. Yeah, weak frenzy. I'm not sure actually a weak frenzy would even work on that guy, but whatever. Just grab ourselves some soul gems. Have a little look-see in this here chest. This was a problem with Skyrim. Sometimes your potions tab got a bit cluttered with all the many, many potions. Yes, a weak aversion to fire. Sure, why not? Let's put that on the hunting bow. The next shot of fire with that is going to make someone weak to fire. Go over to the wall, and I've learnt a word of power. Force. Beautiful. Is that going to open by itself, or do I need to approach it? I think I need to approach it slightly. Wait. There it goes. We'll just wait for him to stand up. I totally missed with the important arrow. Well, that's a shame. So, welcome to the Overlord. The fortunate thing about the Overlord is basically his only indirect attack is him doing the dragon shout thing. And that doesn't hurt, it just staggers you. So as a result, it's really, really easy to take this guy out because you can just, like, stun him for a bit. Yeah, he'll stagger you there. But if he comes close to you with his big sword, which does, by the way, hurt, and he does just occasionally just, you know, stand around doing nothing, just literally hop down or just, like, jump across here, and he can't jump. So he'll have to go the long way round, and you can just basically, like, pick him apart incredibly slowly. He'll do, like, yeah, he'll do the foos at you, but there's not really much you can do, just to be honest. He's, yeah, a bit, once you understand that, you can just kind of basically jump from area to area and there's nothing he can do anymore. He becomes a very, very feeble boss. So now we run this way. I can just run straight back up here to the top. Even without bothering to sprint, to be honest. I can just keep doing that anyway. And now I can just pick him apart with arrows. He's a very, very flimsy little boss. And he just, like, occasionally stands still for ages for no good reason. But you know what? Let's do this all properly, shall we? Hello there. When I say properly, do you want to take a swing? There you go. And he's going to try and stagger me. Oh, block that. Hit him with a power attack. And then block if we can. Block is increased a little bit. And keep resisting. Oh, can't resist that much, though. He is still a little bit tough. Because my block is not very good yet. Go over to healing for a second, of course. We can use all this magical ability we don't use for anything else for healing. And all of my health is back. Hello up there. Do you want to come down here at some point? Anytime you want? Yep, here you come. Lovely. And now I've got my health back. I should be well ready to take him on. Lovely. And just finish him off. And down he goes. Got him one last hit against me. He's got a special magic sword. And also a dragon stone. I'm sure that's not useful for anything. And an ancient great Nord sword of the gold. If you can carry it, do. Because we can just break it down to learn its secrets later. Beautiful. And so we defeat our first little boss and head out of our first Skyrim door. Everyone loves the Skyrim doors. How every single bloody dungeon has a back door and it's impossible to get into the back door first. Yes, activate the handle. Beautiful. And that has opened up the Skyrim door. You can very often, like, find your way to a Skyrim door, but you'll find nothing but a little cavern because, like, you know, the handle for them is at the other side. But really, I feel like at some point, someone should just, in a town, should just mention, hey, you know, every single dungeon has a back door that can be easily accessed from the final room. If we just went and broke down that back door with, like, pickaxes or whatever, we could just, you know, we could get into the final room with all the really good stuff in the treasure chest, like, straight away, without having to bother going past all the rest of it. Oh yeah, torches, I'd forgotten about torches. Also, don't forget to grab all of the mountain flowers, because we're going to pretend that we're planning to do alchemy. Don't forget we have to pretend to do alchemy. And the game brings you out to the west of where you started. This is the big lake we looked out over earlier. So the Guardian Stones are, like, over... where are they? So the Guardian Stones are somewhere over here. I'm not sure if we can see them yet. They're somewhere in that direction anyway, which is nice. And now we can just make our way back home. I always hated fast traveling, by the way. In Skyrim, like, unless it was a really long distance, I would normally, like, I kind of, like, self-imposed survival on myself. Just because I really enjoyed walking places. Because, like, Skyrim generally, for the most part, would actually reward you for walking, because you'd find animals that you could kind of kill for pelts, and pelts were very useful because leather and leather strips remained useful throughout the game. So of course that was a really good way of just kind of, you know, boosting your smithing. And you'd find just, like, you know, little bandits that might have the odd thing on them, like garnets or ingots or whatever, stuff that might theoretically be just a little bit useful. And you just find just, like, little bits and pieces. Like right here, there's something in front of me right here. Is this the house? I think it is. Yes, this is the house which you don't mess with no matter how much you want to. This is like a little cottage. Anissa's cottage. If you say hello to Anissa, she's like, oh, I'm just a little old woman.
I'm just a poor old woman, dear. No need to trouble yourself.
Yeah, there we are. That's her. But she's actually got a secret basement, which is full of, like, witch stuff because she's a witch. But if you go in there, she'll attack you the moment you come out. And then if you kill her in self-defense, or rather, well, not really self-defense, it's not much of a self-defense, then basically one of her sisters will send hitmen after you. And they're really, really quite tough. Actually, I did very little thieving in Skyrim versus in Fallout. Because in Fallout, there wasn't really any penalty for... Hello? Who are you? Are me and you going to be friends? No, you're vampires. Right, are you potentially willing to help me against vampires, Anise? Because I feel like me and you could be friends in this. Anise? Anise. Yes, Anise is willing to help. Beautiful. Hello. Let's set all the vampires on fire. Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, you're on their side. Right. I wasn't expecting that. And you're just going to do a little cycling motion for the rest of time, aren't you? I didn't want to kill you. Okay? I had no interest in killing you, but no, you had to go and side with the bloody vampires, didn't you? Well, at least I can get some vampire dust off them, that's nice. And vampire armor, which is actually very good for early game. Like, if you improve it a little bit anyway, because it doesn't actually weigh very much at all. So I can get some, yeah, some good quality vampire armor and boots. Following morning, and back here to Riverwood. Lovely. Let's just see how good that armor can actually get. Am I even allowed to work it at all at this point? So my fine leather armor is 31, and I can get this up to 29. So not quite as good, but it is a little bit more, like, you know, pleasing to the eye, it must be said. See, that's much more presentable around town. That kind of works nicely as both armor, but also in town gear. So it's been very important to me in Skyrim that I carry around a bunch of civilian clothes, and when I get back into town, I do change back into them.
You found it! There it is! Strange. It seems smaller than I remember. Funny thing, huh? I'm gonna put this back where it belongs. I'll never forget this. You've done a great thing for me and my sister.
400 gold, that's significant, and more importantly, we're now allowed to basically ransack the place. He is now happy for us to just take stuff off the shelf that would previously have been stealing, and the most valuable stuff it is still stealing, but he's now mostly happy for us to basically just come around here and help ourselves to all of his gear, which is nice, though sadly, of course, not the golden claw itself. I guess maybe you have to come here at night and, like, steal it again if you do need it again. And also, I can help myself to a coin purse, so I've decided that 400 was not enough. I want it to be 411, 412, 13, 14, and 15. Beautiful. So what you've just seen me do, ladies and gentlemen, is pretty much the opening of Skyrim on autopilot. That is just how I do the opening of Skyrim. It's how I always do the opening of Skyrim. Skyrim lulls me into always doing the same things over and over, and I've never been sure whether I think that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's possibly just because the game is relatively easy to optimize. Like, there are certain ways you get the best gear that you're going to be able to get at this point in the game, the best armor you're going to be able to get at this point in the game. There's just kind of, you know, a small number of ways you get that. And normally at this point, hang on, need to grab the bee. Grab the bee. Good, I got the bee. Wonder what the bee tastes like. Restore stamina. It doesn't taste of being stung. Intriguing. The vampire dust, meanwhile, tastes of invisibility. Fascinating. And probably at this point next, I would go to that mine that's back in that direction over there, and I'd clean out those guys. I'd probably learn Fury, and then I'd probably give up on that fairly soon, because that's fairly slow to level up, unless you just completely cheat by, like, running around town casting courage on everyone over and over and over, because, yeah, there were more than a few exploits you could do to basically power level slightly and fairly. Ooh, that's nice. Oh, I just love it. Like, it still looks so much like Skyrim, but it looks like Skyrim how I choose to remember it looked on the Xbox 360. It didn't. Skyrim on the Xbox 360 looked much worse than this, but I choose to remember it looked like this. And now, thanks to the special edition on PC with everything set to Ultra, it does look like this again. Finally, Skyrim looks like how I remember it should do. Perfect. But this, in some ways, ladies and gentlemen, is actually Skyrim also at its weakest. This has never been my favourite thing about Skyrim. Skyrim kind of, you know, just starting a new game and going through the motions has always been something I've just done because I find it nice and relaxing to go through and do a game I know very, very well just for the first few hours. But this is not the joy of Skyrim. For me, the glory of Skyrim has always been when I just ignore that bloody quest marker and all those bloody bastards in town telling me, hey, go here, do this, diddly diddly dee. No. The joy of Skyrim is when you just say, screw it, I'm going to pick a compass direction and walk until I find something interesting. So tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, that is what we are going to do. We are just going to head out into the world and see what we can find. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit more Skyrim tomorrow as I just go exploring and finding stuff and having a whale of a time. Because this is just... Skyrim is one of my favourite ever video game worlds just explore. Not like, you know, to go around and do quests or whatever. Like Fallout New Vegas, I do because I know it so well and I admire the artistry of it all and the elegance of the mechanics. Skyrim, I just love exploring because I think it's a wonderful world to explore. I just enjoy heading around. Just something about it. And I've never been able to fully articulate what. Just something about it makes it such a wonderful thing to explore. I love this game. I love this game so much. There's so much wrong with it. And I've hopefully tried to explain some of those things as best I can mechanically today. But it's just such a wonderful game regardless. And a little bit more tomorrow, as I say, ladies and gentlemen. So, that's coming soon. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been Many a True Nerd. This has just been the just wonderful Skyrim. Thank you very much, and goodbye. And our guys go in, and I think we completely missed. We totally missed. And a double charge. Oh, that's what we needed to be seeing. Nice. Give them something to think about while they're going home, Balthazar. Got my timing just about right there. Stupid gits.